I am Dhruv Garg from Pannalal Chamlal Hospital, nominated to represent my hospital for the GIPSA virtual tour. Before starting the tour, I would like to introduce first Dr. Manish Kumar. He is the owner and the CMO of the hospital. He is a renowned surgeon and he's passed out from KGMC. Now let's start with the tour. First, I would like to show my Aadhaar card. This is the front side of my Aadhaar card and this is the back side of my Aadhaar card. Now let's begin with the tour. So this is the OPD in the basement. This is OPD room 1. Just besides that, we have the dressing room. Dressing room is also the minor OT in case of a road traffic accident or any emergency procedure stitching needed to be required. Here we maintain the OPD record. Now let's start. We have a biomedical waste trolley right here. I would like to take a minute to focus on the hose reel as well. This is the second OPD cabin. Next up, we have the X-ray room. In the X-ray room, we have our Ellinger's machine for exposure, and here we have our digital film printing system. Moving forward, this is our pathology lab. Apart from the basic car tests, we have an ABG machine, an electrolyte machine, a biochemistry machine, and a 3B blood counter. This is the washing area and the biomedical assembly for lab. Next up, we have the dialysis unit. We have a 6-bedded dialysis unit that is running under Dr. Manoj Kumar Singhal. This is the biomedical waste assembly for the dialysis unit. This is our physiotherapy room for OPD patients. This is a sample collection room. This is another chamber for office use. And then we have our third OPD room. This is the patient waiting area. I would like the cameraman to view it for 1 second. This is our lift. It can support patient transportation on a stretcher also. And this is our reception. Our main billing and inquiries are handled from here. This is the main entrance and the exit of the basement. As you can see, we are fully equipped with fire safety materials, including smoke detectors, sprinklers, and alarms, and hose reels. This is our pharmacy. And above the pharmacy, we have our canteen. We have a simple canteen to support the requirements of our patients and their attendants. These filters are for STP and ETP. Now let's take the front view of the hospital. I would like our cameraman to focus on the front of the hospital for 1 second. 1 second. Now this is the front of our hospital. We have displayed our facilities and PPA tie-ups right now currently here. This is sufficient parking for a hospital, and we also have an ambulance. Now let's move forward. The ramp and the stairs. Our entire hospital has a system. Apart from the lift, we can also use ramps for patients on stretchers to be transported. This is the emergency slash casualty of the hospital. This is the main desk, and besides that, we have 4 beds. Now, let's see the ultrasound room first. This is our ultrasound room with an Aloka 4000S machine for ultrasound with 4 probes and a TMT machine. Moving on, this is the patient waiting area with the public use toilet, and this is the RMO office for consultations to patients. Here I would like to focus on the second exit of the building, just in case of emergencies due to fire. There's also a hose reel provided right there for this floor, which can also be used on the floor above. As you can see, the stairs have ramps to support patients on stretchers as well. This is our OT complex. Our OT complex has 4 pre-op post-op beds, out of which 2 are pre-op and 2 are post-op. Currently, 1 bed has gone for repair and maintenance, and there are 3 beds situated right here. This is the scrub area, changing area, the labor room, and inside we have the scrub sink and 3 OTs. Right now I would like to focus on our OT register. OT register. All our OT entries are done in this register, and this register is maintained here throughout. Now inside we have 3 OTs. For the purpose of this tour, we have not gone into them for the purpose of sterility. Let's go ahead. Now this was the ground floor. We'll move ahead. Right now we are going to the first floor. The first floor has been dedicated completely to our main ward. As you can see, there's a fire extinguisher, fire demarcations for exits. This floor has been dedicated only to ward. This is our general ward. We have 8 beds in our general ward. Our cameraman will just take a round and then we'll move ahead. 2 beds there, 4 beds on the other side. Our general ward also has provision for an oxygen line in case of emergencies. This area is basically for housekeeping and supervision and any storage that is required for our ward. Moving on to the private ward, first let's start with a deluxe room tour. This is our basic deluxe room. All the amenities here are displayed, and this is how we have our washrooms. Now we have 3 deluxe rooms, 114, 113 and 112. We also have 2 private rooms, 109 and 110. And here this is 111, this is our VVIP room. Basically almost similar to deluxe but a little extravagant. A bigger waiting area, a bigger washroom, bigger TV, and a separate area for patients if required. Now let's move ahead. This is an exit sign, an alarm. There are also smoke detectors installed everywhere and sprinklers everywhere. This is our hose reel for emergencies. Now our second floor is currently undergoing some renovation in some areas. I am just going to take the round of completed areas. First of all, let's start with that area. That was actually a dedicated NICU, currently under renovation. That is why it has been locked. This is the patient waiting area, and that is a washroom for patients, for attendants, not for patients. Next up, we have the ICU complex. Currently, we're adjusting in our ICU complex. All the patients and much of the equipment has been shifted downstairs as there is a lot of noise due to renovation disturbing the patients. Now, this is our main ICU. It's very spacious, centrally monitored. We have an isolation room here. We also have an isolation room here, but right now we have temporarily converted it to an ICU. We can support up to 4 babies in our NICU. It's relatively small but decent. The remaining beds, as you can see, and that is an isolation room. Now, for patients with high degree burns or other critical patients, we sometimes give them separate isolation room in case required. Let's move ahead with the tour. This is the biomedical waste trolley for the ICU. That's a washroom dedicated for patients or staff. Here we have this chamber. In case of consultations given to attendants, we bring them here, show them their patient and discuss with them. These are 2 changing rooms for the staff and 1 washroom for the staff. Moving on, now we are leading the stairs up to the terrace. Uh, our terrace is basically, it has a fire tank for 50,000 liters. It has a lift room, an MRD, a storeroom, our CSSD, and the dialysis RO room. So this is the 50,000 liter tank for fire precautions. Now let's go to the CSSD area. So our CSSD area has 1 exit, 1 entry, as followed in the loop, followed by NABH guidelines. I am just showing the exit. So this is the exit through which all the sterilized material goes out. This is our main autoclave. In case of emergencies, if this autoclave goes bad, we have another emergency autoclave, and then we have the CTU. So this is all what we use for our sterilization in our CSSD. I would also like to show the lift once. So let's go to the lift. This is our MRD room. We also have a fire extinguisher placed beside this for emergencies. Now let's call the lift and see the space inside it. As it is taking some time, I would like to pause the tour right here. There might be a patient being transported. Okay, it is coming on the way up here. 1 second. I'll just show the space inside the lift and then we'll cut the tour. Please see the space inside the lift. Enough to carry a patient on a stretcher. That's it for the tour. Thank you.